Alrighty.
Is it live?
We are live.
We're
Welcome back.
live.
to
Wow.
Blackwood.
Welcome to side session time.
Welcome to Blackwood side session. Alright. I'm not sure how many days after the Anya rescue this would be, but like, I don't know, like a day or two afterwards, probably. Say
That works.
Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
What's the premise? What's the summary here?
Raphael wants to have a touchstone conversation with Bianca, wants to talk to her about the relationship, also just about where he's at mentally, wants to check in on her, see how she is doing mentally, kind of get to a basis of where they want to go from here together. And if that, I mean, depending on how that goes, Raphael may have a few more things to bring up to her, but we'll see.
Spooky at all?
Not spooky at all. Is there anything Bianca wants to do with this RP?
I think it is a good reconnection. Just getting things in the air and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Yeah. Pick up. We could just say the next day, probably, for the best. Just...
Okay.
Anya's back home safe, checks in with Evangeline, make sure that she's being watched and cared for, lets them know, like, if any more shenanigans occurs, anyone comes after them, or any nightmares start popping up, call us immediately. We'll pull up on a drop of a hat. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Raphael makes his plans to go take his lady out and talk to her. So he would tell her he's gonna pick her up in the morning for a morning run through the Blackwoods. So dress appropriately for a run.
Give a thumbs up and is absolutely down to do that.
Pulls up, picks her up, brings her over towards, not sure really where good staging ground is, just anywhere, I guess, along the Blackwoods. If there's like a trail people typically run, or Bianca's usual spot that she runs.
Oh, she definitely has a couple different places they go. Pick out one randomly.
There's definitely trails. All of that, yeah.
Picking up from that trail, wherever that is, Raphael does have somewhere in mind he wants to go in the Blackwoods. But it's kind of like when we get there, we get there. If not, he'll just run for a few, maybe like an hour or two.
Jesus. Is it like a run walk situation, or are they running the entire time? Because 1 to 2 hours of running is a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely a run walk situation, like a, jogging through the forest, stop for a sec, I don't know, look at some shit, talk, and then jog again. Get out the car, some quick stretches, cracks his neck a little. They kick off. Say, like, after running a little bit, gotta catch their breath for a sec. How's training with Kai going?
It's going. A lot of it is mental work more than anything, which is awesome. I'm great at that.
I want to sprinkle in, since the events at the lumber mill, he is insistent to do more frequent training, and it's going to get, I don't know what the right word is.
Wait, who is?
Wants to up the ante, basically.
Kai training with Bianca. After it's last night, right? It was literally last night that happened. sounds like things are gonna get more interesting, though. Last night, I think spooked him. He wants to harder. I'm not opposed to.
What's part of the training? I guess, what have you been doing so far? Haven't really talked to me about it too much.
Looking into the camera at God. What have they been doing? Because we have not talked about that.
Oh, Lamau.
It has been. Yeah, I mean, we were always meant to roleplay it, but things.
Busy.
Yeah, busy, TM. No, it would be initially a lot of catching up in general, because it's the study part they have to do. Bianca's done a lot of studies on things that Cody knows, like vampires and stuff, because that's like their main thing.
Mhm.
But other things like spirits, she has to brush up on her general knowledge of occultness. So it's a lot of occult study. It's a lot of, from vampires to spirits to werewolves, just general things. Whatever else she may be interested in, they help her find. A lot of mental stuff too. Like you have to reconnect with that side of you now. Like
Right. I think that's definitely the harder part for her.
yeah, they've been doing that mostly because of the time she's been gone. Now, after the lumber mill, it did spook him, and you're still going to be doing that, but probably less of the studies. It's just reworking the times you spend on what you're doing, and he's going to be teaching you more defense, physical activities, and the like. A lot more on the mental side too.
Okay.
But yeah.
I can work with that. She'd respond. Honestly, I'm reconnecting with my roots more than anything. A lot of general occult knowledge that I've been lacking, being caught up on, and refamiliarizing myself with what it would mean to be Garo. What it's gonna take. And then just general defense. And not sucking at combat.
Could always get better with a gun. That many problems a bullet can't fix. At least the threat of one.
True. I'm not opposed to learn from you either.
If there's anything
just
you
gonna
need
be
from me on that
busy.
side, let me know. Just willing to get more involved with your people. Really just kind of generally curious. Never talk much about their family.
I'm used to not being able to. It's a force of habit.
I'm hoping to change some of my habits. Maybe you could change that one.
It would be a good one to change, I agree. What's Anya doing?
She's, well, shaken, obviously. Evangeline's taking care of her for the most part.
Has she slept at all?
I don't think so.
Shaken is funny.
I don't think so. I don't think she wants to, probably. It was the issue that happened at the gallery. She'd been awake for 3 days and then, I don't know, something triggered her. Maybe she just hit her breaking point at that point, fell over, passed out. Like, takes a deep breath in.
Not a forever solution of her just not sleeping.
No. Don't really know how to help her. not to be heartless, but I also don't really think it's much I should do. I think Evangeline's got that figured out. She's part of a hunter group. I offered any help, any resources I could provide, but they're her people. They need my help in order to fight me, otherwise I think I'll just leave Anya alone. We have our own problems to be focusing on anyway, you know?
You could introduce them to the white hair, though. They might be able to help her. Or know more about it.
That's a good idea, actually. I'll text Poppy's number to Evangeline. He'll do that right then, just so we know that is a thing that happened. Text Evangeline Poppy's number. Be like, these people know a little bit about Nightmare. He'll just add in the text. This group knows a little bit about the nightmares and dreams. Maybe they can help you with Anya, or maybe they could just have some general advice. Send.
It's just the roster of white hair numbers. They wouldn't have been shy about giving you each their numbers.
Aww.
Listen, the way after beating Poppy, she's just gonna dab Raphael up upon seeing him. It's just like,
Let's save that interaction.
Hey. That's funny.
Good idea there. Send. What's his phone away?
We don't need more nightmares running around.
You see him like smirk a little, like he's gonna laugh, but he nods. I don't know. Let the fun. I don't know if that's a bad thing.
Just raises an eyebrow and like takes a sip of water.
Come on. You can't tell me you don't love the feeling of the adrenaline pumping through you.
That's heavy talk right there, the fuck?
His integrity
With those
sucks.
particular things?
What'd you say, Cham?
With those particular things?
I'll admit the horror is
No.
definitely not. I hope they all burn in hell. The nightmare, though, he shrugs. I don't know.
Did you not hear it scream?
Oh, I heard it. Then I set it on fire, because ew. Definitely don't want to hear that shit again.
She just shakes her head like that was a vicious memory.
Raphael seems to have, like, definitely a different recollection of how those things played out. You should have seen it to it.
Raphael didn't watch a girl get eaten.
Yeah, you did not witness that.
No. Did not. It was freaky looking, I'll say that much. Right before it screamed, ish, that was scary.
The look of like, ugh, like she is properly icked out by it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, it was a good fight, I'd say. At least, I'm happy we got rid of it. If anything. Making sure those things are not here hurting anyone else. Fulfilling, I guess. I don't know if that's a bad thing. Kinda. Rubs the back of his head, drinks some water.
She shrugs. She's not gonna judge him necessarily for being an adrenaline junkie. At least we know we can kill it with fire.
Definitely. Away from hunting business. wanted to check in with you and me. See how we are.
Another eyebrow raise.
Looks at her, kind of like tilts his head to the side, like, come on, you know what I'm talking about. It seems like anytime I bring anybody around and they're even slightly friendly to me, you feel some type of way.
Her eye twitches a little bit, and she'll focus on walking.
Walks beside her, keep the pace. And I've noticed my behavior towards others bothers you. Obviously, I'm referring to my flirting and my friendliness.
I'm glad you can admit that you're flirting.
He, like, has like a guilty, embarrassed, like, sigh. I didn't used to separate the two, but after seeing how uncomfortable it's made you, I decided I should probably make that distinction. I used to, I guess I still am, trying to stop it now, but I used to flirt to make friends so often that it shrugs. Just like an incorrigible flaw of mine. And that's not an excuse. It's just the truth. Like, takes a deep breath in. That was before I had a serious relationship. I know that I have to make some serious changes if I want to keep him.
She pauses and will look at him.
Stops and looks at her. Reaches his hand out to take hers. I'm gonna stop flirting with people. It's part of being friendly with them. But he, like, laughs to himself. I think there is a usefulness in using what I know. You know, I'm attractive, I'm charming, I'm willing to lie to people if I can protect my friends and get what I want. So, if I think that's useful to us, I'm going to tell you beforehand. I'd like for you to support me at least on that behalf.
See, from my perspective, it seemed like, or maybe I was just mistaken, and you would flirt as a means of being friendly. Others when I wasn't around. You didn't do that much after I made it very explicitly clear what I would do to anyone giving you that kind of attention months ago. Only recently has that habit seemed to be picking up again. And I have found myself wondering if it's a punishment of some kind.
He grimaces, like, that was a hard thing to hear, but he sits on it for a sec, thinking about it. Rubs the top of her hand with his thumb. No, it's not punishing you. It's... I don't want to punish you, Bianca. The things you've gone through aren't your fault. I don't want you to feel like it is, or like because of your situation, I don't love you as much. It's just not true. It's... I don't know how to call it. I'm needy for attention, I guess. I have been for a while. When I met you, I felt like things clicked. I got that. I got exactly what I wanted again, and I stopped for a while. Slowed down, I guess.
So I'm not providing you enough attention.
It's not your fault. I don't... No. He seems to be like a little confused as to what he wants to say. With Kai around, I guess I feel insecure. Probably is the proper term. Bad habits came up again.
So it is because Kai's around. And she says that with like a look of like that it was exactly what she was referring to as like him being around is why he's doing it and punishing her for it.
Yeah. He's quiet. You see him thinking about it pretty deeply. It's not the only reason, but yes, it's one of them.
Your jaw tightens.
Takes a deep breath in. And you don't deserve that. I'm gonna stop doing that. I promise.
What are the other reasons?
Eyebrows raise a little. Hunting? I don't want to be hunting monsters and doing all this shit. It's kind of the main reason I've been distracting everyone from it, you know. It's why I got so much in your face about it over the last year and a half. People can die. We've seen a lot of people die already. You and I almost died. If I could just have all of our problems fixed tomorrow and we never have to do this again, I would. I guess it's just like it's bringing up old things. It's making me see him like shake his wrist a little, like something was on his wrist that was uncomfortable. It's stressing me out, but also getting me heated. I haven't really figured out exactly what the emotion is. It's a lot of things. I'm worried about you. I'm worried about all of us. I don't want to just give up on the things you guys want. I want to find Adrian. I want to have Raymond. I think maybe there's a small chance my mom's alive. Kind of like looks down. I don't know.
Like that, she was definitely in a very defensive, like mentally just taking it mode, and then he said that, and her like eyes round expression breaks like immediately. Like that is new. What do you mean?
Looks up at her. The white hair say they know my mom, or at least know someone that looks like her in the Goblin Market. I don't. Bites his tongue. I don't want to think it's her. I'd rather just think it's, someone like using illusions or a copycat, a lookalike even. Oh no. I don't want to think about that. But I can't keep running from my problems. He kind of shudders a little. And I don't want to run away from you.
She squeezes his hand.
I'm really, really scared, Bianca. There's a lot of things that are just out of my control at this point. And I don't even know really where to start trying to put it all together again. It feels like things are never going to go back to how they were.
I think that's a fair assumption.
Let's add like a shaky breath. And there's you.
But I don't.
Go ahead.
I don't think life is ever typically following one direction, one path always. Things change. Supernatural or not.
They were a little more natural than super. But yeah, you're right. I'm starting to accept that. At least I'm trying to. Trying to be ready for whatever comes our way. We're going to the Goblin Market. I have no idea how we're going to get Adrian out of there. But I know we're not leaving without him back. Te lo prometo. I promise.
She nods. One step at a time. First need to get those tickets to the Goblin Market in the first place.
Takes a breath in.
Wait for it to start in a month. And she says that with like gritting her teeth of like that is annoying her that she's having to wait longer.
Looks up at her. Yeah, I know, wish it was just this weekend. Get it over with. It's like there's too much time for things to go wrong again, or too much time I'm not using properly. I don't know. This, like, again, like, moves his wrist like something's uncomfortable. And I'm impatient. I just want you and me to be okay. I want my friends to be okay.
I do too. I think last night was a good show of just how capable we can be when we work together and have a plan and everything.
Smiles. Yeah.
As reckless as throwing a fucking lighting the thing on fire was in a lumber mill.
Like, laughs. Me and Val are faster on this.
And you're lucky that the smoke didn't choke you out.
I'm working on my stamina with you. Last
Not
night,
sure how that equates to smoke in your lungs, but sure.
last night was a good show. I don't know, it gave me a bit of perspective too. We're not that out of control. At least I'm not that out of control. If I just, tackle my problems head on, I think I can get better.
One step at a time.
He nods. One step at a time. It's up to her. How are you? With all of this, with everything that's been going on.
I need to get a lot done in a short amount of time.
Like what?
Do what I can to be able to go through the ritual as soon as I possibly can.
Ritual?
Get those tickets. Training with Kai.
Okay.
I felt a bit stunned yesterday.
Thanks,
I
Anna.
hated that feeling. I need to figure out how the fuck we're going to get my brother out of there. And have the whole, she like rolls her eyes, business with the collector and getting my blood back from him.
Said he's going to trade it the goblin market. Right?
That's where we'll find him to be able to buy it back.
Let's have a good buy then. Something worth trading.
He nods.
What do you want to start with?
It seems like Ollie has a good lead about the drug situation. And now I'm also intrigued, given I didn't know these patches were magical. I want to know what's going on with that.
Nods. Okay. I'll see if I can't call in with the white hair, start applying some pressure there. Get those tickets. Also, little worried that if they are magical, whatever, whoever is making them is, well, they are magical too. Ollie said there was a kid, but we don't. I don't know how to handle that, really. If it is a kid, just fucking around with shit he doesn't know. Really the bad guy. If it just looks like a kid, what the fuck is going on there?
Probably more random whatever the fuck magic. I don't know.
White hair gets a lead. You want in? Like, go hunting with them?
She nods. I think that would be a good idea. Know what kind of things we'll be running into at the market anyways.
Nuts.
Besides,
Got
it seems like they have an in with the person who runs the whole thing anyways. That might be worth pursuing as well. might be how we get Adrian out.
No, it's okay. We'll do that
And
then.
there's the whole business of Noah as well.
See?
Sorry, because he just shows up.
Yeah, he shows up and then she looks at me like, okay, fuck off.
Huh?
Oh, ay, verdad que apareces así. Yeah. We didn't mean to summon you. You can go.
Oh, okay. It disappears.
Raphael chuckles a little. Yeah. Need to fix that too.
We have a lot on our plate. How I'm doing. Oh, I guess it's not just task oriented. She like grimaces to herself because like feelings.
He walks with her, like holding her hand as they walk, so she's walking and talking. Maybe that'll help.
Seeing you flirt. It's hurt a lot. But I haven't said anything because I don't think I exactly deserve to comment on that right now.
It's not true, right?
Logically.
He nods. Pero entiendo. Understand. I'm sorry.
I'm scared too, you know. That's... She's just quiets after that. Like, just admitting that. It's just like a... There's that fear there. She said it aloud.
Walk with her. What are you afraid of?
Everything.
Squeeze her arm. Pull her a little closer as they're walking. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you, you know? I'm not gonna die on you. So don't go thinking I'm about to be suicidal. I'm gonna make sure we both get through this.
She nods and she'll lean into his shoulder. I think I've come to the conclusion that how afraid I am to lose anyone. How it probably felt when everyone lost me. Well, I'm terrified. I'm not smart enough or on my shit. Things could go wrong and people could die. Or they could leave.
Takes a deep breath in with that. I'm scared of that too.
I think why it's hurt so much seeing you flirt with others is because I'm afraid you'll enjoy that more.
Looks forward as they're walking, taking that in. I'm never gonna enjoy that more than this. Ever. Not to say that I want to, but flirting with 100 people one day has nothing on one conversation with you. You make me want to try harder. Actually challenge me, not just, smile and bat your eyes and laugh and giggle at every stupid thing I say, even though I like it when you do. You actually see the bad in me. I don't think a lot of other people are willing to do that. Actually willing to fix me.
And fix you as you. But I appreciate you putting up with the bad parts of me too.
Smiles. Always.
She'd smile back at him. You can talk to me, if you're feeling particularly needy or just need to talk.
Nods. And you can talk to me if you're feeling like I don't love you as much, or I'd rather be doing something else than being with you. I'd rather be doing something with you than without.
He nods.
How do you feel about the friends we're making? Met a lot of new people, a lot of weird people. Some of them seem like they'll be sticking around. Some of them seem like they're passing by. What's your impression of them? White hair, the enigmatics, the abbey, the police.
Oh, the police are useless. Not surprisingly.
It's giving, yeah.
I mean, I suppose that new girl has some fun tricks up her sleeve. Certainly brave, given what she did last night.
Oh, my mate always told me, stay away from brujas. Witches. They mess with your head, they'll manipulate you, they'll turn you into a frog if you fuck with them. So, I don't know. Don't take this the wrong way. He's just looking at her, but kind of like her. She's fun at least.
Rolls her eyes as in like the way he meant. It's like definitely the way she like internalized for like all of 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like she was really worried about Anya.
It was giving that they're a thing. I didn't want to ask. That's kind of, that's none of my business. I don't know, maybe just a crush? Shrugs. I kind of want the tea, but also, they could probably use a break from anything. From everything, probably.
Oh no, she seemed a little nosy. Maybe she'll be itching for more supernatural bullshit.
Felix added her to the group chat, so she comes poking around, and I'm gonna say no. Imagine her and Raymond will be hitting it off.
Oh, I'm sure Raymond will be asking her all of the questions.
Oh yeah.
No, it seems cool. Don't know what's gonna happen with Anya. White hairs. I like them. I ran into him in the woods a couple days ago.
What was he up to?
Just on a morning walk, I think. We talked for a bit.
Anything
He's chill.
fun?
He shrugs. Mostly about the different spots where tears open up. Apparently more things happen. And is it Red Pool? Yeah, Red Pool, right?
Red Pool.
And Red Pool.
I've been keeping up with that place. Anything you think we need to be worried about?
Not particularly. The only things that we seem to be aligned on are if things are happening here. And he also seems pretty aware of something is going on here with our woods. Might be worth it to work with them more.
See Raphael's eyes like sharpen a little bit. Mouth a thin line. Yeah, they're definitely well informed. Well, I saw both his armory, well armed. I think they're a good friend to have.
Now, what's that look for?
Just things just keep getting weird. Weird is dangerous.
Not all the time.
Like, bounces his head, like, balancing. Like, yeah, not all the time. But when it comes to these woods, try to be cautious.
It definitely feels like a hub for anything supernatural. Drawing everything in.
That freezing. See him kind of like, he like stops his one step, kind of lagging behind her for just half a second before he keeps walking. Yeah. Have I? No, I haven't. He like searches through his pocket, takes out a, you would know, like a pocket watch that he has. It's missing the wrist straps. It's just the watch head.
Hmm.
You know, it's the thing he uses to open the door to his room.
Right.
Never asked me about this, have you? Unless I was really drunk or high.
I just thought you had a cool key for your door. Some more significance to it.
Yeah. Kind of hold it. You look forward in the trail. Says, Is it okay if I tell you something a bit dark about me? You know, I have a pretty good thing going right now. I don't know if you want me to dump something on you. Could save it for a different day.
I think if you have it on your mind, you should tell me.
Start walking with her, a little bit faster, but not like too fast. I came here 2 years ago. An ex of mine. Name was Abigail Winters, a British girl. Seemed like squeeze the watch in his hand before he puts it away in his pocket again. I had no idea what this town was like. I remember reading some reviews about ghost stories and weird things, but every town has ghost stories and weird things. You know. It's New York especially. This place is haunted pretty much every square mile. I didn't think it was real. Like, kind of moves his jaw a little tight.
Hold his hand.
We were going to go to college together. We were looking at the academy here. A couple other places we had to check out too. Takes a deep breath in and sighs. She started hearing things. She said the first night we were here, she had weird dreams. I just didn't believe her. Didn't want to believe her. It's a weird town. There's the wards on the drive up here, kind of spooky. You know, I just thought it was the environment. I didn't actually believe she was actually hearing things. Actually, seeing things, seeing people following us. And see his breath a little shaky. The last day, she said she wanted to go to the woods to take a walk, find more of the wards, the posts. I shrugged, didn't really think much of it. Again. Went to go check it out. You see him stop walking, and he kind of just looks at the woods, probably abandoned the trail at this point. Starts walking again, taking the bend into the forest.
She goes at whatever pace he wants. Just listening.
She felt something, I guess, calling her, or saw someone beckoning her. Something I couldn't see, I couldn't hear, couldn't sense. Oh, she walked, I followed, kept walking. Felt like things were getting weird. You can see, if you're looking closely at him, his sleeves rolled up, the hairs on his arms stand up, like goosebumps trailing up him. At that point, I knew something was off. It felt like we were being followed, like being watched. Better to say at the time I didn't have my gun on me. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but you know, little things like that I always think about.
He nods.
Whatever was out here, I, at one point lost sight of her. I don't know how it happened, but knowing what I know now, these woods aren't exactly as they seem. Maybe she passed through a hole in the veil, maybe I did. Maybe something was just messing with us, I don't know. When I found her again after a few minutes, she was talking to something. At this point, he would stop in the trail completely, just kind of staring off down the road. I couldn't see it, but I could hear it. She could see it. I couldn't. I black out after that. I think something hit me over the head. Someone, I'd have to assume. See him like jerk his wrist again, like something's uncomfortable. Breath shaky. We got kidnapped. To this day, I don't know what, who, how many, or even where, but they had a group of them, mass, animal mass. With what the police tell me, it's a little more vivid. I don't know, I guess it's... See him again, shaking his jaw. Up until I met you, I couldn't think about that. Anytime I did, I just couldn't. And after I met you, I started trying to... I don't know, it felt easier to.
He squeezes his hand a little bit. Probably also like holding his arm with her other hand.
After what the police told us, I remember that day. Most of it, at least. Still a part of it that's foggy, but I remember. We got taken by a cult. And I don't know to what, to whom, how. I don't know what they wanted of us. They just wanted Abby. They did some ritual on her. Said that she was chosen as the vessel. I was tied down, so I couldn't do anything. Just had to sit there and watch. Fist clench. Again, he shakes his wrist like he's uncomfortable. He kind of with the other hand holds his wrist, kind of rubbing it, scratching at it.
She'll touch that arm. Hold his wrist.
Kind of at first scratch the top of her hand, but then kind of rubs her hand and holds it. Looks down at the hand. Sorry.
It's okay.
Whatever it was, it used her. Used her. By the end of it, I'd been fighting against my restraint so much that my wrists were bleeding, and I exhausted myself so much that even I couldn't really tell what was real and what was exhaustion, or I just remember that after a while they finished. Next point that I can remember hearing or thinking straight was her walking up to me alone. The cultists were gone. I didn't even notice them leaving, honestly. I don't even know if they were gone. For all I know, I was still seeing and hearing other things. But she told me she was gonna stay. She wanted to.
She looks a little confused, but it's just letting him continue.
I argued with her. I tried to tell her not to. I tried, and I tried. I said everything I could. I poured my heart out. Moves his mouth to say words, but he can't quite find them. I convinced her. She said she wanted to go. She said she wanted to leave with me right now. And then she said she couldn't. She had to stay. Then something stabbed me in my neck. When I woke up, I had a hole in my chest. Two, actually. One would just kind of lift up his shirt and show her the scars that she remembers on his body.
Mm-hmm.
right lung puncture. The other one, left side abdomen. Her heart running. Some guy moaning, pain. Gun in my hand. She was laying next to me. Bound at the hands. Dead. Bullet in her head. Swallows. Police got to us before I bled out. I told them everything I could. Finally, he looks up at her. See, slight gloss in his eyes. All of his muscles seem tense. His arms kind of flex. His shoulders tense.
Mm-hmm.
They did nothing. They didn't believe me.
Of course they didn't.
Police wrote it down
She looks.
as a. Go ahead.
I know she just looks venomous, like with that, like she understands that pain equally.
Mm-hmm. Meets her eyes. Apparently, there's a popular, infamous, more so, drug trafficking ring and human trafficking ring here in New York. Guys that I killed. I don't even remember fighting them. I guess I did. They were part of the crew, had tattoos. So they chalked it up to human trafficking. Attempted kidnapping. I defended myself with a gun that wasn't mine. Abby didn't make it. The guys didn't make it either. I would have gone back. I wanted to. I wanted to come back here. He looks out. Back to that spot. He gestures with his hand. Points at, like, just kind of off into the distance. Pairing of trees. Right there. Right there. Maybe I could have picked up their trail. Maybe it was still fresh. Maybe I could have found them. Valentina got into her accident. She was alive. I didn't know if Abby was or not. Rubs top of her hand still, like he's trying to reach for his wrist, but holding her hand instead.
Yeah, she's definitely not letting go.
Did what I think was the right thing to do. Went home. My dad already heard the news from the cops, so he had that version of the story, and Valentina and Esme needed us, so I don't know what happened to her. Was that the real her? Did I bury Abigail already? Was that someone that just looked like her? It bothers me. It really fucking bothers me that I don't know.
You want to find out the truth.
Yeah. I would.
Really will. She'll like slide her hand down his wrist to interlock her fingers with his.
Closes his eyes. Pulls her close. Hugging her.
She'll hug him for sure. We will solve every damn mystery in this forest if we have to.
I'm being honest. I could go on not living, or not knowing if she's alive or not. I lost that. I don't want it back. But whatever that was, whoever those people were, she would feel him getting a little warmer. I want
Hold him tighter.
every last one of them to die for what they did. After what the cops said, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me. No, they're doing that to everyone. Other people here. He holds her tight. A lot tighter. He shakes a little. He could do that to you. And I don't know if I could handle that.
I don't think they could handle that. She'll look up at him.
Look down at her.
I'm not gonna let that happen.
Rests his forehead to hers. Thank you.
Thank you for telling me. She'll kiss him very gently.
He kisses her back, sweetly.
I want to sprinkle in this moment without taking away anything. Since you're in the woods, off the beaten path, you, while standing there in this space, find there is no wind and it is silent.
Why would you say that?
Fuck you.
Why would you say that?
There you go.
Why would you
Path
ruin
to
this
my
lovely
presence.
moment?
No, it's still lovely. It's still so lovely.
You can't say that and be silent. That's fucked up.
Silence. and
Silent.
no wind. Interesting. I think Raphael's too
Because-
absorbed with Bianca to notice.
Oh, Bianca notices. She's gonna glance the fuck around. Excuse you?
Catch
I
her
will
gaze.
jump and roll 20 right now. What do I have to roll? What the fuck?
Nothing.
Catch
You
her
can
gaze,
roll
looking around.
Wits occult if you want,
I would love to.
by all means.
She's definitely looking towards the place which he had pointed out specifically. And would just Eye for Strange shit pop into play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
RP.
RPing.
Word.
I will willpower this because fuck you.
Pop off.
I do, truly. You're the one that decided to go into the fucking woods.
Oh, for sure.
You're so right. Oh, I'm gonna re-roll that since I'm spending a willpower. Thank you, that's much
God
better.
bless! 4 successes.
4.
You're not in any danger. It's uncomfortable at most. Just now that you're paying attention, you know, gut feeling. I think you have that too.
I also have that. I actually should have added a +2 to that as well.
You want to add that just to see?
Might as well.
Hey,
Might as well.
might
For
as
that
well.
critical?
You know.
Hey, come on now. Hey.
Damn.
Damn.
Tragic. Not the 2s. That's crazy.
It's so good. Though. Sorry, my phone.
You're good, you're good.
The trees are listening.
Can't tell if that's a good or bad thing. Like, the king wants us to get somewhere. He's the trees. But also, what if these are not the king's trees? Who the fuck is listening?
We'll kiss him again. I love you, Raphael.
Takes a shaky breath in, exhales, and you see him loosen the tension a bit. Pick up on her, like, worried gaze around. He'd also kind of just take a slow sweep with his eyes behind her and then back towards the path.
It's kind of funny because, like, she was worried. Conclusion, trees are listening, TM. Then said, I love you. And now she's kind of like, all right, I'm ready to go home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's also, like, looking around like, okay. That was a bit to recall. You wanna head back?
Yeah,
Vamos.
I think we deserve something sweet after that.
I was gonna say the same for you. I can't be only a Debbie Downer on the start of our date. They tell you I have a date plan, right?
Please do spoil me. I think we deserve it.
Takes her hand, walks back with her towards the path, or path back to the cars. Yes. Bianca, have any...
This is just purely
Good.
purely for flavor. As they're walking back, at one point her hands behind her back. She's gonna flip off the trees.
Fuck you, trees. Fuck you.
Not
and-
where he can see that. Like, it's like her
Yeah.
hand is like behind, like on his back or some shit, and she's like,
I love that.
I don't know, it's not like the trees can do anything. Just feel the wind again.
It's just like...
Great.
Interpret that how you will.
I appreciate feeling the wind.
I am Bianca. I beef with the trees.
I don't know, real.
Beef with the trees.
Shout out to the Lorax. Not because I like him, but because he a whole ass bitch.
Yeah, that's it.
Bianca, have anything
We'll walk with him back to the car.
she wants to say on the walk back?
It's giving the energy that now would not be the time to go conspiracy mode about what the fuck happened to him. So she's not gonna bring that up right now?
He'd not be opposed to the conversation, but if she doesn't want to bring that up right now, could save that for a different conversation. Maybe after we talk to the police again.
I think, yeah, it's definitely giving wait till talking to the police.
Okay, word. I'm thinking. That was it, I guess. Like getting back into the car, getting situated again, drinking some water. Kind of look to her and be like, "Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before, go down a day of celebration and good vibes while, in the talking mood, I guess." Flips through the radio, puts on like music, low volume.
She shrugs. Nothing in particular. I guess I should ask, since you seem to be making an effort, or say you're going to stop flirting. Is there anything that you'd like for me to stop doing?
Looks forward, pressing both of his hands on the steering wheel, thinking. Could be more friendly to the people we're coming across.
She squints. Like it's very pouty. She's very pouty.
Your suspicions,
What, you want
well placed.
them too?
Say again?
What, you want me to start flirting with them too?
Well, I'm not gonna be flirting with them as part of being friendly. As I said, so no. Just you're suspicious, and it's not always poorly placed, but it sometimes is obvious.
So,
What you say?
so
So it makes people defensive.
okay, I won't be as suspicious to their face then.
Thank you. Yes, sir. You see him try to like find something else, but it seems like he's coming up short. Like that was really the main thing. That kind of is like the umbrella that encompasses most other things. See, this is where me, Sam, I'm like, I don't know what else Raphael would notice as like poor behaviors that hasn't already been addressed. I guess this is just me being petty and personal, but a little not going to say obsessed, but very invested in your relationship with Kai. Rubs me the wrong way, I guess. He like tries to narrow it down. And he goes, you not, I think, the issue inherently. I think it's that I don't like the way Kai reacts to you. It's giving he still has feelings, and I don't like that.
What are you talking about last night?
That, and just the last conversation that I was a part of with him.
Raises an eyebrow.
I guess just be conscious of how he's reacting to you and try not to feed into it. Please.
She nods. I can do that.
Nods back. Anything for me?
You're just too friendly with everyone.
Yes, he nods. We're gonna fix that. I'm going to be less friendly.
Also, respectfully, quit trying to set Kai up with literally anyone who moves. You're not subtle.
Okay. Name 3. Because one is fine. I made one attempt as far as I can recall. Name 2 more.
I'm not playing this game. You trying to do it once is enough.
Takes a breath in. What if I want the guy to find happiness too? Because he's not gonna get it from you.
It's not your business. It's not our business to figure that out for him.
But I'm so damn friendly. He turns the car on. Back up and start driving.
I'm telling you to stop that.
What she said?
I'm telling you to stop that.
Está bien. I won't set him up with anybody. But if other people try to get with him, you should let them.
That's their business.
So, Noah, or Grayson, or Angeline, if they start trying to talk to him, keep in mind, I never told them to. I'm just saying, Kai, all intents and
He's
purposes.
just in the back seat.
All intents and purposes, is
She
a good-looking.
To him. Are you trying to fuck Kai?
No. Should I be?
No.
No.
It's up to you. It's none of our business. He looks at her.
He looks a bit
Looking at him.
I feel like because I have the capability of being corporeal, I should say no. I feel like that's the safer call right now. He doesn't even remember me, so why try? I'm dead.
Hey, just because you're dead doesn't mean you shouldn't be allowed to
Yeah?
feel good. Or make others feel good.
This feels like a trap.
It is. He's absolutely setting you up.
I am doing no such thing. I'm telling you, Noah, go live your life the way you want to live it. And ignore me and ignore Bianca.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now get out of here.
Sorry for accidentally summoning you again.
It happens. I don't hate it. He throws up a peace sign and disappears.
Incredible.
Fades. Look. I'm not gonna deter anyone from doing what they want. But I'll stop encouraging, I suppose.
Thank you.
No. Well, let's go. Did you bring the change of clothes I told you to bring?
No, of course I didn't. Yes.
Looks at her. Okay. Now we're going to New York. Going to the city for a bit. You need start taking it that way.
Fine.
For the date, he has planned. Walk around the city with her, going to a museum that has particularly spooky haunted mysteries that are like unsolved. And then for the night, nice restaurant, reservation made. And then they're staying at a resort that has a hot spring. They'll relax at the hot spring. In the morning, they'll have a spa reservation, and then they'll head back to Blackwood.
Nice.
Truly pampering
that.
her and relaxing.
They needed it.
Oh, they needed it. Guess yeah, is there anything else Bianca wanted to talk to him about during their date, throughout the day? Want to end the RP there?
That's a good place to end it, because I'm like also drawing a blank. I feel like we covered most things.
Mm-hmm. It's good back and forth. I like it.
Agreed.
That's nice.
God, is there
I
anything
just
else?
want to know.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to throw in?
I specifically noted there was no verbal confirmation of what Raphael asked of her. So who knows if that'll come back again in the future.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean?
He asked specifically about still flirting with people, but in the terms of it being a tool to get something.
Yes.
And he would
Right.
let her know ahead of time about that plan.
Mm-hmm. Guess yeah, it would have been her final
I took
answer.
note of that.
Yeah, it would have been her final answer to that
That's-
because he would have brought that back up.
Yeah, that's fair.
If I plan to flirt with somebody to get something from them, I'll tell you ahead of time, and I want you to support me with that.
If you can do any other means of achieving that same goal, I'd prefer that. But if that's something you have to do, fine.
Gracias.
I'm not gonna like it.
And I'm gonna try to make it as short and brief as possible because of that. Okay. Yes. Rafa is satisfied with that.
We take those.
It's a very thin line for Bianca. She's definitely not happy about it.
Yeah.
And I guess we just push past the text message she received earlier. That's fine.
Oh no. It's still like it's very much where Bianca was bringing shit up before. Yeah, like. Or are we talking about which text? The one from Soze?
Yeah.
I feel like she would have, like, when that moment had happened specifically, had brought that up with them. But that's where she was kind of coming from. Like, I hate that flirting. I hate this interaction that's happening when I'm there or not there.
Yeah, when she was like, when I'm not there, that's what I thought she was referring to, the Sose video.
Okay.
Raphael, I guess in during just like their dating at one point, maybe talking about their friends or like passing remarks or like his training, we're like, oh, Sose, there's something wrong with that guy. There's something very wrong with that
wrong
guy.
with that. You should stop training with him. He's trying to fuck you.
I know he's trying to fuck me. It's not gonna happen, but you know, I do want
I
to.
don't want you to push those boundaries. Because he's going to push past them.
And I'm not going to let him. I'm not so easily persuaded. Do you really want me to stop training with him?
Yes.
Tilts her chin up. Por ti, claro. Sure.
It does make her happy. Who needs fire bullshit anyways? We literally have lighters and hairspray.
Yeah, you're just gonna carry a can of hairspray on us at all times.
It's not that big of a thing to carry.
Number one thing to not ever have in your bag, an aerosol can. But okay. Fine. Lighter and hairspray it is.
Very content.
Okay. I'm satisfied with there. Closing the RP off on that.
Yeehaw.
Alrighty. Which case, thanks for watching the video, the YouTube video, the stream. Thanks for watching Blackwood. Bye.
Yay.
Bye.